And coming to you live from Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates, we are here with the very special Eid edition of ESL Pro Tour Open Cup number 20 Asia. I'm your host Yaku of the Zakus, and with me today I have El Borde Clave himself, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? We're here. We're back to our weekly ESL Open Cup stream, cast, and mate, we got a series.
That we do, and you know who it's between, Light? It is between here in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, our Red Terran, all the way from the land of China, but currently residing in... Wait, is he in Seoul right now? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
He is representing CranKy Gaming. He is Time.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the Australian Protoss player representing Legacy. I was gonna say Legacy OC. Legacy Esports Probe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but it was recently announced that Probe, he joined the Legacy Esports streaming team.
Yep, they tuned in to his stream one day. They saw that he was dressed up as Nier Automata, and they thought, that's the guy we need.
That's what we're missing.
That's who we're gonna bring. That's who we're gonna bring people in to the stream team.
Yeah. It was a bit odd to say the least, but a couple of days ago, that was confirmed, and
it's.
Well,
I feel like it was a bit of a long time coming, honestly.
It was odd in the sense that he's already a part of the team.
He is.
We weren't too sure if there was like a distinguishing factor between like being on the team and being part of the stream team, but apparently there is. So yeah, it's cool to see him continue to be a part of the scene.
He was definitely streaming a lot in recent times.
Yeah. And
so it just sort of made sense. It was, in my opinion, just a bit of a long time coming. They may as well just have him on both.
Yeah, pretty much. And speaking of long time coming, you know, we do have Time heading here across the map. I don't think we've been able to cast both of these players go at it. And we'll see how Probe shapes up. Like, we've seen him play against players like Azure and like Seether, and more recently Hut. We'll see how Time differs to those other Australian Terrans.
Well, we do definitely know one thing, though, about Probe. He is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Time, he's definitely known at taking a couple of cracks at those shields from time to time.
Definitely. Probe, you know, there's a reason why we sometimes confuse him for Neeb. I mean, you know, he's a solid Protoss player in his own right. He isn't really cheesy. He isn't, you know, of the vein of like Haas or SOS or Parting. He's more of a stats in a way, you know. I would love to have like a meme photo of like stats, but like his face photoshopped over Nick Fury, and then you have the Avengers behind him, and then it's like Neeb and Probe and stuff like that. Like
that's get on it, memers. Where are you at, Gemini?
Where you at?
Get on it. All right, but for now, it is once again these two players just sort of living up to their reputations, so to speak. Time, he's a little bit known of being a bit of a Terran player who will do a little bit of everything. He definitely likes being aggressive whenever he can get away with it, but I think he has sort of settled for a type of style where he's realized he can't get away with it every single game. So
yeah,
things are going to be slowing down a little early in this particular game. Probe going to be a little bit cheeky here. That is an observer that he's starting to pump out.
Yeah, he did go for a Blink opener, and this is pretty standard. Typically, it's like either Blink opener or Stargate. And he does have these Stalkers positioned defensively to go after whether it's a Widowmine drop or Banshees or what have you, whatever opener the Terran player went for, as they are pretty common. And you typically need to protect your mineral lines early on. As time, it looks like he opted to go for a Widowmine drop.
Yep, that he did. And it is making its way there, Light. It's going to have a very good look of just about everything that Probe will have. Sees a little bit of something in the corner. Yep, he sees the gateways, and this is pulling triggers in Time's brain right now. It's making him think, I need to, you know, there is something coming for me. It's probably going to be a very heavy gateway style. In fact, it's going to be some very heavy gateway. Doesn't know if it's going to be blink or charge, but he knows he needs to defend right now.
Yeah. I'm a little bit, especially since the Stalkers were for Probe at the time were in the natural, not in the main base. But now they have moved into the main. They are ready to intercept the drop if it goes in. So, yeah, a little bit of a missed opportunity. But at the same time, he is getting ready for that Stalker aggression.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be. And this is what I like about Time Light. He's not facing the Stalker aggression by getting a couple tanks down and putting it into high ground, not by filling up his bunker. He's going to meet that on even ground. He is going to be facing those Blink Stalkers with a heck of a lot of bio, let me tell you.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty large bioforce, and Probe does spot it with his observer, so he is aware even with this adept. So Probe, he himself will be getting ready defensively. He's throwing down a couple of shield batteries. Will they be done in time for this? As finally the Widowmine drop's going in.
Yeah, he knows that Probe is going to be a little bit distracted with the push that's going to be coming out here, but Probe thankfully does have those reactions to pull the probes away from the middle line, but that is the least of his worries right now.
Yeah, I love this. It looks like the main army of Time will be meeting up with those Widowmines, but they do get picked off. But again, the main army is here.
There are a couple more probes trying to bait them, but Time quickly unborrows. That is a very juicy shot on a heck of a lot of Zealots there, and he manages to get a lot more. But I fear that Probe, he might just have way too much here, picking off the medevacs, making sure that Time can escape, but look at this starter step.
Oh my god, that unburn marker was insane. He was able to make sure his connections were as juicy as possible. So many Zealots went down, and in the end, he was able to kite pretty efficiently, dropping in the natural as well.
How's the blink gonna be? Nice little blinks coming out here. Once again, Probe gonna be picking apart the drop of Time, and you know, Probe, he's able to hold, but just barely.
Yeah, really nice. He was able to split up his army between his natural and his third base, and able to hold all of the aggression. But it's not stopping now. We're talking about Time here.
Round 2 is on the way. Time, more like time to attack. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right, guys? Yeah. You know?
God damn it. Yeah, we have the Widowmine drop coming, but it gets spotted immediately.
Does get spotted,
oh my
but
God.
all of the load is able to unborrow. Will it be enough? Ooh, this Time is biding his time, trying to get really good connections here, target firing whatever he can. But in the end, Probe, not gonna let that happen.
Yeah, only a couple of workers going down there for Probe, and we're kind of transitioning into a later game. You know, we have a Templar Archives on the way. Storm, I imagine, will be on the way as well. But there is a little bit of a window here where Time can still apply some pressure before that AoE comes into play.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried that Time is not... He's not even landed his third base just yet. It's going to be coming soon. So this next attack from Time, he's looking to do damage with this. He wants to at least be on even ground there.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I do like that. Yeah, I do like that he does have a couple of Liberators this time with his army. Storm won't be ready for this push, so this is the ideal time for Time to try and deal some damage, maybe even take out the third. We'll see as the Liberators are going to siege up.
That they will, and there's actually not a lot of Stalkers here with this army of Probe. These Liberators are doing a lot of damage. Already a bunch of Zealots being picked off, and the Immortals are so bruised. There is one Sentry here that has enough energy for a couple of force fields, but that's definitely going to be something, that's definitely going to be a tough ask GG is called, and time does take game number 1.
Wow, GG. And we were talking about it. Time had that window of opportunity to come in and to deal damage before Storm finished, and that was the moment that he had to strike.
And strike he did.
Yeah. That was that was pretty well played. He was defending really well. Even towards the end, I don't know if you saw, but there was a pretty sick blink micro trick. I'm wasting a couple of Widowmine shots for time, but wasn't quite enough. And even though Probe didn't take too much economic damage, it still seemed like time, his macro was good enough to, to push as aggressively as he did.
It absolutely was. I don't think we mentioned it towards the end, but I think it was pulling the boys there. My memory could be fuzzy.
Yeah, I did see that a couple of workers were going down. I don't know if there was like some harassment happening at the same time. I'm not too sure, but yeah.
Somebody look at the replay and let us know how wrong or correct we were. And speaking of wrong or correct, we are now here on Eternal Empire EELE, which I forget what that stands for, but that doesn't matter because here in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is going to be our red Terran. That's red for aggression is what that is. He is coming all the way from the land of China, currently residing in Seoul, if I'm not wrong. Somebody double check me on that. We have playing for KranKy Gaming. It is time to win.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Australian Protoss player currently representing Legacy Esports as well as the Legacy Esports stream team. It is Probe.
I don't think they really differentiate too much.
I don't think so either, but you know what?
He represents Legacy Esports, No matter if it's the professional team or the stream team.
Yo, don't say it doesn't matter, right? Like, they don't like hearing that. There's beef, between the stream team and the pro team, okay?
Look, they gotta just get together, and they're all representing Legacy. They gotta remember what it's all for.
Exactly,
it's for more cosplay streams.
That's what it's all about.
And also Harvey Norman.
Exactly. As always, Probe actually...
No, he backs away. He backs away there.
Yeah. He's able to delay the CC for a little bit, but will he end up losing that Probe? It looks like the...
They miss each other. But time does see it now. He is on the chase, and this Probe doesn't have a lot of room to escape here. Could get the SUV. Could get the SUV. Does not get the SUV. Does get a couple more seconds of delay, but time just right on back at it. Doesn't lose too much in the end.
Yeah, nicely done. Again, the CC was delayed a little bit, but could have been worst case scenario. The SCV does go down, so well done there. As we are seeing a little bit of an earlier Twilight Council than game number 1.
I think it was around the same time, but what really surprises me is Probe going for Twilight Council first 2 games in a row. He's generally not one to do this.
Yeah, I feel like we do see him go Stargate pretty often as well. And, he definitely has the versatility to go for more openers, just he isn't like a one-trick pony or anything like that. But yeah, opting to go for Twilight Council again is pretty interesting.
Yeah, usually, and he does like to use his versatility to his advantage. He does like normally to switch things up in terms of the opening. To sort of throw his opponent off his game, right? So the fact that Probe is doing something 2 games in a row, let's see what he has in store.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, like, it is a pretty safe opener. Again, like, it's good against defending against Widowmines, as we saw. It's good against, like, Banshee openers. It's like, good defensively and aggressively as well. But time, he's not going for a starport. Like, he's going for a 3-racks.
That he is. He will also have this Cyclone to, as a little bit of support there, especially if there's anything in the air that time really needs to worry about. Not a Stargate opening, but, you know, it could always be a warp prism. You never know what's going to come out of that robo facility. So,
Yeah,
I kind of like this for time.
I'm a little bit worried for Probe because I think we've seen this happen. I think Hut did something similar.
Push.
Yeah,
Hut
did something similar to Probe, and there's going to be a lot of Marines with this. There's going to be some tanks as well. I imagine he's going to pull a couple of workers for those bunkers, and if this goes unscouted, this could just immediately end the game.
Well, he is going for the third base, and that could just be the killing blow there for Probe.
Yeah.
He needs to realize what's coming for him.
There is an adept moving out across the map, and when it sees all those Marines and tanks, then maybe it'll clue Probe in. But he is just at the tower. He hasn't gone into the natural quite yet. And if that Cyclone picks off the adept, then there's going to be no scouting information.
Okay. On the bright side, you gotta kind of hope that Probe is thinking, why is there a Cyclone here at this point of the game, right? But there are multiple reasons why it can be. The Observer is gonna go in, and that should give Probe the confirmation that he needs, but he actually misses the army. He misses the army. He misses the army, Light.
Oh, no. This could be the beginning of the end. Time may be running out for Probe as all of these units are rushing across the map. Now Probe does get into the main. He sees the buildings, but it might not be enough. Oh,
well,
boy.
he is trying to meet this army on siege. He does have Blink, so he can try to utilize that to pick off a couple of tanks, try to pick off that Cyclone, but it's such a low Stalker count right now for Probe. This is a very beefy army here for time, and Probe is going to have to sack this. Probe is going to have to just recall everything back to the natural. Oh, he's trying to go around with the Stalkers. Not a bad idea at all, but I would like to see him throw down a couple of defenses back at his natural base.
Yeah,
he's going for a base trade?
It looked like he's trying to catch reinforcements, but he finds there are none, so now he's forced back to try and pick off those tanks from behind. Yeah.
These Stalkers are just really far off right now. Nothing in the natural base here for Probe. There is nothing in defense-wise. Is warping in as many Zealots as he can, trying to buy some time for Charge to finish, and to pounce on top of this entire army. But it's going to be a tough ask. Already 2 gateways have gone down. Probe still looking fairly healthy in the gateway count.
Yeah, and Charge does finish up the time.
He is jumping on his
the tanks.
Yes, it was on siege, but this is still a very beefy Marine count I have to deal with. And again, time is fine losing this army. This is not an all-in by any means. He is just trying to get that third base and apply any more pressure that he can. Time is actually in an amazing position right now.
Yeah, behind that, he did expand himself, working on his third base. His production is getting up and running, and there is a second wave pushing out for time.
That it is Probe. I'm getting a little worried for him here, Light. He's trying to go for the counterattack, and that is not what he should be doing.
Yeah, I mean, with this counterattack, he's going to be able to deny the third base. He may be able to force a cancel, which is great. And if he has enough energy for recall, then this is as efficient as he can be with these units. But again, he's going to be losing his third base once again.
Well, nice blinks, but is it going to be enough? Time. He paused for a little bit of a second, unsure whether to go back or not, but then he realized it's just 5 Stalkers. I don't need to worry about that. He is going straight for it. That he does. And now look at that, all of that worker damage that Probe got earlier. Time has evened it out, and tanks have been taken out, but there is just nothing else here for Probe. I think we're about to see our first series win here of the evening. Like,
it's just
GG is called.
There it is.
And I guess, in the end, the time has come for Shield. Or something along those lines.
I was with you. Then I wasn't with you. It's a good start. Good start.
Yeah.
And there we have it. Time with the 2-0 is able to take down the Australian Protoss player. And he will be advancing to the round of 16.
There we go. Nicely done there by our Chinese Terran player.
Yeah. There's been a lot of hype surrounding him for quite some time, and it's cool to see him still performing well in 2020.
It absolutely is. And this series sort of exemplifies why I and a lot of other players, or I and a lot of other viewers are really huge fans of Time and really think that Time has a lot of potential. Just, he is... I've been saying it for a while, but he is Beyond 2.0 in a sense. He is just super aggressive and in your face, right out the floodgates, always trying to keep pressure on you, so that he can go into the mid game with some kind of advantage and crush you later.
Yeah. A lot of people just love how aggressive he is as a player. It's really cool to see. There's always a lot of action when it comes to him and his play. So yeah, I'm honestly really looking forward to see how he does against his potential opponent in Solar.
Potentially. Solar still has to... Wait, did I look at the bracket wrong? Yeah, potentially. Solar will have to go through either Silky or Arctur before making it to that round of 16.
Yeah, it isn't set in stone quite yet. He is one of the favorites of this tournament to make it all the way at least to the semis. He's done so many times in the past, but to get there, he will have to go through one of those two players, and maybe we can get into that series. It's hard to say, as a lot of series are currently underway. A lot of them are already in game. We'll have to see if we can catch something.